went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear, I'm too Peter. I bucket fear, I truck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is say it here. This card over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career pissing in folk off. But you could call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take that.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the LifeGrooming podcast. It's your man, J.Kyle. So glad that you are here with me today for another episode. So today we are continuing our Undraped series. If you haven't been listening, get up on it so you can be caught up. Today we are talking about shampooing. I know, sounds weird. Rock with me. Excited to have you here. Quick shout out. I know you've seen this hat on in my last one. I rocks with this PN. All right. Shout out to Team Popular Nobody. That's my fam right there. Love y'all. Shout out to the Mosley, John Mosley, Mr. at Popular _ Nobody himself. Shout out to Jess Mosley. I believe, what is her at? Stylist 10. She's probably gonna punch me in my throat for not getting her IG right. Jess, I apologize. I'm gonna do it right the next time. But yeah, that's my fam. That's why you see the PN. Just pay attention to the PN. That's the joint right there. So shout out to them and all that they do in this barbering industry. It's absolutely amazing to be able to connect with people who are quality. And not just the Mosleys, but the whole squad. There's like over 20 of us. So if I start calling off names and I forget one, I don't want a pair of scissors to come out of nowhere and catch me in the back of my neck. So shout out to the whole Team Popular Nobody. Love y'all. So today we're talking about shampooing. Not really, but we are. But you'll get it. So at this point, you know, we've already talked about a consultation when you walk into the shop. And usually after that, if you really want to get a good service, it's important to do a good shampoo. Now, let me help you understand this. All right. If there's one thing I could not stand as a barber, is the client. It's two different types. The first client who comes in smelling like all day. All right. Bruh, I know that you had to work today. I know you even got off early because typically you get off at 5. And by the time you get through rush hour traffic, you ain't gonna get here before 6. You knew my last appointment was at 6:30. So you got off at like 2. Why you smell like you've been working all week? Hair dirty, neck dirty. And you want me to cut your hair, but you got the nerve to not want your hair washed? Bruh, we need to talk. And then it's the other client. The client who come in, know you got a haircut appointment. You know today is the day for you to get a haircut. Why do you have 8 pounds of hair grease in your hair? And you don't want your hair washed? What's wrong with you? I am not cutting your hair with 40 pounds of wax in your hair. You about to gunk up all my clippers, not pay me no extra bread, and then be mad when your haircut is uneven or don't come out good. For all y'all barbers out there who got clients who fit one of these 2 descriptions, do yourself a favor. Make it mandatory that you wash their hair. Because 1, it's nasty if your hair is just dirty and your neck stink because you've been sweating all day. 2, it's horrible if they got a whole bunch of hair product in their hair because it's going to jack up your clippers and you're going to end up spending more money anyway. So that was I had to get that out. I apologize for the extra aggression. That's been pent up for 18 years. I don't understand why people don't understand this. Yeah, anyway, the reason why that's important, if you're going to get into this process of cutting your hair, this transformation, we got to get rid of the old stuff, whether it's a buildup of product or dirt. And honestly, in life, as you're looking to make a transformation, you cannot make a transformation while you're still holding on to the old stuff. Think about it. All right. You got built up anger all in your spirit. You got pent up aggression. You got bitterness. You got malice. You got hate. And you trying to get new? You trying to change? How can you if you still holding on to the old stuff? And maybe it's not built up. Maybe it's just a lot of residue all around your life. And you still look like your last situation. You still smell like your last trauma. You got to do the work to clean that up first. And a lot of times in that, speaking from experience, if you don't take the time to clean yourself up, you will always dirty the next venture. If you don't take the time to do the work internally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, if you don't take the time to do that, you're going to leave prints of your past in your present and in your future. It's like the little kid who've been playing in the mud outside all day and comes inside and it's time to eat, but his hands are dirty. Now, you don't want to eat the dirt, but how could you not when you ain't washed your hands? The dirt is on the fork. Dirt is on the plate. It's even on the food. And you don't want to get good. You do one of them. Like, you kind of forget because, I don't know, Drew, sidebar, the way my mom used to cook, that woman would have you eating napkins. Like, it was just that good. I don't know how you season a napkin and it wasn't even in the kitchen. But the way that woman would cook, shout out to Margie, I'm telling you, all right? There's one thing I miss about being in New York is mom was cooking. Anyway. But you get into it, when things are new and they're fresh and you're excited and all these things are going on, sometimes you get so into it that you forget about the fact that you still have dirt on your hands. And it's not until you taste part of your past on what you're presently doing that it now taints the taste of what you're trying to do now. So in order for you to really appreciate, in order for you to really enjoy and engage in what you're presently doing and the things that you want to do in the future, you have to wash off the old you. You have to wash off the residue and the buildup of those experiences that you've had in the past. There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about not putting new wine in old wineskin because the old wineskin would burst. Let me give you that reference. I'll just go ahead and I'm gonna hit you with the scripture and not let you know where to find it at. You know what I'm saying? So that would be spiritually irresponsible of me. It's Mark chapter 2, verse 22 says, "And no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the wine will burst the skins, and both the wine and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins." To understand the reference of that scripture, although you could just take it for what it is, literally back in the day, biblical days, ancient Hebrew days, when they were making wine, it would literally be poured into a bag of animal skin. And what happens through time is it dries out, it gets brittle. And then when you pour fresh wine in, because of the fact that it's fermenting and it's a chemical process and gases are building up and releasing, that old dried bag could not contain the gas and it would burst the skin. And so now all that time these grapes growing and being pressed and fermenting out and you ready to get your sip on, it's on the ground because the bag couldn't contain it. But a new bag has the flexibility, it has the durability to be able to contain the gases that need to be released. I could take that a whole nother direction. But let's just stay here on getting rid of the old stuff. The point of that scripture is you gotta, as you're trying to do something new, as you're trying to enjoy the fruit of new things, you cannot store it in old containers. And just like them clients who would come and sit in my chair and want a fresh transformation and they would want something new, but they didn't want me to get rid of the old stuff that was in their hair. Like, bro, you want me to change your hair. You want me to change your look. You want me to cut through this. You want me to design this, but you want me to work through all of this old buildup? You want me to work through this buildup of dirt and sweat and product that was in your hair for your previous look? How does it even make sense that you want a new look, but you still have the product of the old look in your hair? If you're going to become new, then you're going to need some new product. Even if it's the same product, it has to be applied a new way, fresh. So I want to leave you with this, okay? Before you get into the transformations of your life, go wash your hair. Get rid of the old product. Get rid of the buildup. Get rid of the dirt and the sweat and the stink of hatred and bitterness and guilt and shame and self-condemnation and self-hate. You better start loving yourself. You can't expect to grow and do well within yourself internally, which is where the change starts first, if you got all this hate for yourself inside of you. And sometimes even to that, sometimes the things that we deal with, the hate that we deal with, or the anger, or the low self-esteem, or the insecurities, or the pride, sometimes those things come because of experiences that we've had with other people. Sometimes it's not always just you. You've had people who spoke horrible things over you, who told you that you weren't going to make it, who told you you were ugly, who told you you were fat, who told you that you're going to be just like your dad or you're going to be just like your mom, or your dad or your mom wasn't around to tell you the good stuff. There's a bunch of different reasons as to why we've all, including myself, have had to deal with these different traumas and issues and ugly experiences in our past. But today needs to be the day that it no longer remains as an excuse. Let it be a stepping stone, but not an excuse. Don't try to build over this. Don't try to just put something fresh and new on top of that old wineskin. Wash that thing out. Get rid of it. Do the work. It's better that it takes you a whole year to get clean and healthy internally and then start building than to take 6 months partially cleaned up and then you start working because you're just trying to hurry up and get to the end. Because I promise you, another 6 months after you start, guess what's going to surface? That buildup, that dirt of your past. So if you want to enjoy your tomorrows and your todays, wash away your yesterdays. All right? That's what I got for y'all today. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. I got a few more of these. I didn't do this in my last one. I just remembered that. So, follow me on Instagram at J.KyleGrooming. That's the letter J. KyleGrooming. You can go to the YouTube page to see the videos of these. Just go to YouTube and type in LifeGrooming. That's one word, LifeGrooming. It might even help if you spell it capital L and capital G, everything else lowercase. So LifeGrooming on YouTube. Feel free to leave me a message on the podcast. Now, depending on where you listen to it, the podcasts are up all major platforms, Spotify, Google, Apple. I do it out of Anchor. Feel free to email me, JKyleGrooming@gmail.com, or drop a message in my DM on IG. I'm on IG almost every day, so that's like the one place you can find me the most. But between IG and YouTube, you could leave a message there or email me. I'd love to hear your feedback. Good, bad, ugly, and different, don't matter. I don't really offend easy. So if you ain't feeling it, that's cool. Just as you're making your way out from not listening and doing it anymore, just pass the link to somebody else who might like it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But until next time, y'all, y'all be safe. Be new. All right. Wash off the old so we can get this transformation happening. All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
I went from a truth seeker to truth speaker. Truth through the booth, your Bluetooth and your coupe speakers. Run up in here, I cut an ear, I'm too Peter. I bucket fear, I truck a spear like Lou Peter. They love it here, I hate it here. They murder babies and pervert the children and make it here. It's getting crazy, everybody claiming they gangster here. And everybody feel it, but nobody is say it here. This card over money, so I say what I want, dog. Your favorite rapper don't need too afraid to be broke, dog. You lose your career, pissing in folk off. But you could call black women hoes and kill all the black men that you want, dog. And I don't care if you hate that, I could take